So after Deontay Wilder loses a decision loss to Joseph Parker Saturday, which I told everybody was gonna happen, I kind of felt it. And thank you, Joseph Parker, for winning me a little bit of money. Yo, bro, can't make this stuff up. Before I get into this, man, you know what's crazy about boxing? It's not hard to predict a fight, bro. When you think about it, I mean, I've gotten some fights wrong. Lately, I've gotten a few of them wrong. Not many though. A lot of them I didn't even make predictions on, and I just watched the fight and I already figured out who was gonna win, and they surely did win. Especially some of the heavyweight fights that took place that I didn't make videos on. I was right on almost all of them, besides like two. But you know the key to really figuring out who's going to win a fight. You know, I think it's a formula. Unless the only way that your formula probably won't work is if the boxing gods just don't agree with it, or if fights are truly rigged. But other than that, you go three fights back on each fighter. You got two fighters, you're like, okay, let's go three fights back on each, and just watch them fight their competition. Watch each of those fighters fight, and then in your head, picture them both in the ring together, and then you will come up with a likely outcome of that fight. And that's exactly what I did with the Joseph Parker and Deontay Wilder. I did that with Crawford and Spence. All of that. I did that with a few fights. I did that with Jamel Charlo and Tony Harrison won. So that's how I came up with this one. And Wilder has not been active. He has not been active, and that means a lot, bro. Especially when you're getting older, it means a lot to be active in the ring, man. You got to stay busy. I mean, he's a millionaire, so it's not really a big rush for him to get back in the ring. But the problem is, one fight in how many years? 2-3 years almost, and he knocked out Robert Helenius in the first round, but that's not enough to knock a lot of rust off. That's not enough to get some more experience, man. And I told everybody that Joseph Parker was coming off of knockouts, and he fought. Wilder is going to be his fourth fight this year. Plus, he's younger. I mean, everybody was banking on that right hand. Even I kind of was like, look, there's a possibility he can clip Joseph Parker with that right hand, and then that could be it. He did manage to hit Parker with that right, but it didn't hit him flush. A lot of people believe that I heard people say Wilder threw the fight. I'm like, what reason would he have to throw the fight? What would he have to gain from throwing the fight with Joseph Parker? Other people said that he was in there trying to incorporate new moves and like trying to box more than be himself. And I would have to agree with that. Malik Scott has been training Wilder for a while. We already know what happened with Wilder during the Tyson Fury saga with the Mark Breland situation. I talked about that already, and I was disgusted by that. He blamed Mark Breland for spike. He said Mark Breland spiked his water. And listen, I was like, who told him this? Where did he get this information from? And a lot of people are saying a lot of that came from a lot of the LDBC channels. They were kind of feeding him lies. Look, it came from somewhere. Somebody told Wilder this to think this. Somebody put that in his ear, that Mark Breland was responsible for him getting knocked out in the second fight. And here's the thing though. Nobody can answer me these questions, man. Listen, when it comes to Tyson Fury cheating with the gloves, it would have been more believable if the other stuff wasn't also mixed in with that one. If they would have just said, okay, Fury gloves looked the suspect, it would have been more believable. But since they had to throw other stuff on top of it, so it wasn't just Fury's gloves. It was also Mark Breland spiking Wilder's water, and it was Wilder's suit was too heavy. So there was three things that caused Wilder to lose that night. It couldn't just be one. They had to throw two other things in the mix and blend them together to create this storm. And that is the reason why I don't believe any of it. Period. I don't even believe the glove stuff, man. And I know a lot of y'all watching gonna say, nah, bro, you just glove with the foot. Whatever. I don't buy it, bro. Because if it was just the gloves, man, why did they bring up the suit and then the water and all of this stuff? Come on, man. And Mark Breland had every right. He could have sued Deontay Wilder for that. If you really think about it, if he really wanted to sue Wilder, that's defamation of character. There was no proof that Mark Breland did that. That could ruin Mark Breland's career as a trainer or whatever, and it can mar his character. So he could have definitely sued. He probably still can sue Deontay Wilder for defamation of character and stuff like that. But he didn't do it. You know why? I told y'all already about Mark Breland. That's not his character, man. That's not in his characteristics. He really genuinely cared about Deontay Wilder, man. And if Wilder can't open his eyes and see that, like, yo, you just disrespected that man's name, you shitted on him, and he still didn't sue you. He could definitely sue you for that, man. That's saying that his character, you could stop him from getting other employment, from training other people, because they're gonna say, oh, I don't want him to train me because he might put something in my water or spike my shit. You can't do that, bro. You know what I mean? So here's the funny thing is, though, all these channels that put that in Wilder's ear, if Wilder was to get sued out of existence, would any of these channels fucking put money in Wilder's pocket? I bet you they wouldn't. I bet you they won't. So Malik Scott, though, is now training Deontay Wilder after he dropped and fired Mark Breland. And ever since he got with Malik Scott, and in my opinion, Deontay Wilder has gotten worse. Wilder is not known for his boxing skill. He started boxing late. But for whatever it is, man, he managed to, he did well over all these 40-plus fights. And a lot of that is because the quality of his competition, up until he got to, Luis Ortiz, we started seeing him really go through some adversity. And he still managed to knock him out. He still managed to drop Tyson Fury. Even in the fight with the third fight, because he was with Malik Scott for the last, he got with Malik Scott. Was he with Malik Scott for the Fury rematch? I know he was with him for the third fight. I think he was with Malik Scott for the rematch as well as the third. And he looked worse in each fight, man. But the third fight, he actually he looked worse in the second fight than he did the third. The third, he got knocked down, so he let it all hang out. So I'm not sure if that was a transitional period for Deontay Wilder where Malik Scott was transitioning to try to change his style around that time, because now, man, it looked like Wilder was trying to box more. He was jabbing more. He wasn't really letting his right hand go a lot. And a lot of people believe that this is the fault of Malik Scott, and they believe he should have stayed with Mark Breland. I believe he should have stayed with Mark Breland. It looked like Malik Scott is trying to change the blueprint for Deontay Wilder, and that's probably why he lost to Joseph Parker. If Wilder was just being himself, more than likely he would have did better. That doesn't mean he would have won against Joseph Parker, but more than likely, if Wilder just went out there and let it all hang, he would have probably did much better. He could have gotten a knockout. It's quite possible. But Malik Scott, I think, is hindering Wilder a little bit, but it's not fully Malik Scott's fault. I believe it's also a little bit of the age, and also the two beatings he took from Tyson Fury took a lot out of Deontay Wilder. So when you add all of that in, the inactivity, his age, all of that is what you saw happen against Joseph Parker. So do I believe Malik Scott destroyed Deontay Wilder? I don't believe it was I don't think so. I think he's trying to change Deontay Wilder from being the way he is. They called him Windmill Wilder. I mean, maybe he should have been Windmill Wilder that night. He probably could have got the knockout, So he's trying to change who he is, and he's trying to change how Wilder fights, and that's not what he knows. And it's not helping him. For whatever's left in him, that's not good. He should, look, at this point, if he's still gonna fight, bro, Go back to your old game plan. You know what I mean? What the fuck else? Fuck it. Might as well. But I think also Wilder might be a little bit gun shy. We'll see in the next coming fights. But I mean, shit, he let that hand go against Hellenius though. You know, so I just think it's Malik Scott trying to swap his style out, and the inactivity is showing this showing what it his inactivity is pretty much showing itself. The results of his inactivity, so to speak. Okay, so I don't believe it's just Malik Scott, but he's an element of why Wilder is falling apart right now. Just my opinion. Let me know what y'all think about this. Did Malik Scott destroy Deontay Wilder, or was it other elements involved? This is Rebel Life Boxing. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think and give me that feedback. I love it. I will catch y'all later on the next one.